Hello everyone, I'm DanTheMan, and this is the penultimate episode of DC Universe All-Star Games as the true villain of the series finally reveals himself. Sort of, and all of our heroes' alter egos are finally revealed. We get the finale to the fight with the Scorpions, ending with some creative moves from Xavier as Batman, and I gotta say, he really has stolen the show these last few episodes. He clearly is enjoying this and is into the game, and being a pro wrestler has clearly shown that he can be creative with the combat moves in the game. Then we also, of course, got the big reveal that Carl, aka Freddie Prinze Jr., was Superman. The teaser from last week pretty much gave away he was going to be Superman or the Flash, and given that Wonder Woman and Batman were involved, it made sense for it to be Superman. Also gotta say, I love Freddie Prinze Jr. revealing and how after 4 episodes of play in a week lead, he was now the strongest person in the game. One thing I did notice, they acknowledged that with the others not seeing Carl change, that they would think that they still needed to save him, not realizing he was the Blur, aka Superman. But then it never came up again, and seemed like they, at least in their minds, just left him there. Don't know if that was an editing thing and they left out some part about that, or the players legit forgot, but I think they should have edited out the mention of them not knowing Carl changed into Superman unless something comes from it in the final episode. Although to be honest, I found a few editing issues in this episode. The reveal of Dina's friend being Clayface was kind of hindered by the camera never giving us a good look at the Clayface figure. I wouldn't be surprised if some didn't actually realize she was supposed to be Clayface in disguise, given that they didn't show that too well. And the big editing goof I caught, around 21 minutes into the episode, Sam asked Dina what Wonder Woman's dexterity was, but they then showed a Batman card, not Wonder Woman's, and then highlighted dexterity, not strength. It was a minor mistake, all things considered, and not sure how many people watching even noticed. I had to go back because I thought I saw it wrong the first time myself, but I'm kind of surprised that one was not caught. The other big reveal in the episode was finding out, at least to an extent, who was behind all this. Although I was confused that Rod mentioned the Question, a man with a mask with no face in a zoot suit. Clearly Sam was referencing the character The Question. He kept trying to get the players to make that connection, but seems none of them caught the reference, making me guess none were familiar with the character. And fair enough, he's not an A-list character, and we can't all be hardcore DC fans, but it was funny seeing them struggle, and I was a bit surprised Freddie Prinze Jr., who knew who the Red Hood was, apparently didn't know who the Question was. I think at the end of the day, Sam was actually doing that as a mislead, and it really didn't make sense how the Question would have been the villain of the piece, since in the comics he's a hero. Clearly they're taking some liberties, but making a hero a villain seems like a big one. But if that was his intention, it may have fooled the audience, but it didn't fool the players because it went right over their head. But then when the villain was revealed, it turned out to be Lix, Carl's Mathlink friend, in the mask, who is apparently Lex Luthor. I don't know if that was actually said outright, but it was clearly supposed to be Lex Luthor. As for who the villain actually was, it was a nice twist with the D not being the villain like it was clearly hinted at. I think like Xavier guessed, it'll end up being Lex Luthor. In fact, based on the DC Daily Review, it seems like that's pretty much the case, especially with the Tessmacher thing. For anyone who doesn't know, Eve Tessmacher is the name of Lex Luthor's girlfriend in the first 2 Superman films, and she's been adapted several times in comics and DC-related TV shows since then, most recently in the Supergirl TV series. All of it accumulated with a big battle, the most notable of it being Xavier's Batman actually killed Tessmacher. Sure, some were mad the Batman doesn't kill rule was kind of ignored here, and I think Sam Witwer was clearly taken back by it too, and was trying to hint at Xavier not to do it, but he either wasn't having it or didn't get the hint. Possibly both. But ultimately, this is Xavier's take on Batman, and well, clearly his Batman does kill. That's kind of the problem in role-playing games with having people play established characters or characters that existed before the player created them. Sometimes they don't act in character. I kind of personally wish he had honored the character as he is best known to be these days, but no rules that says Xavier has to, and in truth, as we all know, Batman has killed in various interpretations, even if the current Batman's main line is, Batman doesn't kill. I don't think Sam expected them to take Tessmacher out so soon, or to kill her off, but that's part of the good and bad of being a game master. You can't always predict what the players do, and sometimes you just have to roll with their decisions, even if they didn't act in the way you expected them to. It was a nice cliffhanger they did, and as I mentioned last week, despite this initially being announced as a 5-episode miniseries, we're getting a 6th episode, it turns out. Not sure how all of this will turn out. There's still some unanswered question with the villain's plan, but I'm looking forward to seeing the ending next week. Given that they added an extra episode, I'm assuming that this must have been the time needed to fully resolve everything. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video. I'll be back for the review of the season finale, as well as reviewing the Season 2 premiere of Harley Quinn, which also drops next week, although it'll be as 2 separate videos. I'm Dan the Man, and everyone be safe.